Good morning and welcome to the Media Speaks Live Saturday morning news show. I'm D Lake for Press. Thank you. Thank you. We have a very interesting reality. Whoa. Talking about HoloLens, Magic Leap, and other VR, augmented AR type things. Kyle, this is something that you really wanted to talk about. Can you jump into it maybe with the HoloLens?
Yeah, I mean, I've been watching this technology. It's one of those things that it's always seemed like sci-fi, like hundreds of years into the future. But this past about 2 years, Google and Microsoft have been going pretty hard on virtual reality, hologram eyewear technology. Microsoft just, I think like a week, not even a week ago, announced their new technology called a HoloLens. And there's no other way to say it. This stuff looks dope. Like, obviously, like, there's a few promo videos that they've made. Magic Leap made a promo video, and so did Microsoft for the HoloLens. And anytime that a company makes like their preview of what the technology is going to be, expect about like maybe 60% of what they actually show. It's never quite as good as they make it look. But D-Lake, I told you about this, and so you've been looking into it a little bit. Sam, have you looked into either of these at all, the HoloLens
No,
or
not at
Magic
all.
Leap? They're both essentially the same technology. Two different companies. Microsoft is making HoloLens. Google is making Magic Leap, which they've been keeping super, super secret. And it's glasses that you put on, and it augments your reality. Michio Kaku was talking about this shit 10 years ago. It's going to change the way that we do everything. D-Lake, do you have any of these promo videos that we can play? That's really just the best way to set it up for people who haven't heard of this. It's truly amazing.
Sure. Give me a minute maybe to find an awesome video, but I have this article pulled up, and it's just from March 20th, 2015, so just last week. Reality check comparing HoloLens and Magic Leap. So they're doing a comparison. After trying demos of Magic Leap and HoloLens, it's clear that commercializing augmented reality technology will be difficult. And here's just a quick picture preview where you see this
So what's it do?
lady has VR glasses on, and she's kind of doing like a Wii-like motion that's bringing up a conversation with her dad in front of her visually.
Oh,
So the way that it works is it's essentially
Minority Report.
yeah, pretty much. It's monitor technology. So instead of having a monitor, all of your information lays out in front of you. A really good example to show what this is doing, D-Lake, if you just Google or YouTube search Magic Leap, they have a promo video that shows exactly what it's going to do. Like I said, it's probably not going to be as good as they show it, but we're talking about like the first generation of this stuff. Within 10 years, this stuff is going to be, look at the first iPhone compared to the iPhone 5. It's going to get better and better and better. And just for everything, for talking to people, instead of Skyping, it's going to look like the person sitting across the table from you. Instead of playing a video game with a controller, you're going to have a gun that you hold, and characters are going to jump out from your front door and stuff, which seems crazy. They show it in the preview, which we're about to watch. But
Now, can you trigger it from the glasses?
What do you mean? The gun?
Well, no. Here's what I'm saying. I'm looking at it from a different perspective. Our band uses a laptop for some of the sound effects and like that kind. You have to kind of toggle through them. Theoretically, if I'm singing, if I have these glasses on, would I be able to change the sequence that I'm singing? Oh,
yes,
that'd be badass.
You'll be able to interface with it similarly.
So you'll be able to walk all over the stage and trigger it with your glasses.
Yeah, kind of like the new Xbox and the new PlayStation.
Badass.
You can do that with your webcam, but you don't have to use the webcam. It's in your glasses. D-Lake, here. Let me look at your screen and see what you're looking at.
I would want that is pretty sweet. And then again, you'll be jumping around. The glasses are going to fly off, and it's going to be a $500 loss. But yeah, otherwise,
yeah, exactly. But it's really, really cool because like one of the parts they show in the promo that we're going to watch is that the guy has a table that has a ton of different guns on stands, like toy guns, right? And he hits the game, he starts it, he picks up one of these guns, and then these like robots start jumping out of the ceiling and walking around corners, and he's shooting them in his house. And so you're going to interface with it, but it's not like the Oculus Rift is a really cool technology where you put it on, it's a headset, you don't see through it. It's not transparent. And if you're playing like a game like say Halo, you can be running forward but looking side to side because it's like you're actually there. They're actually using technology where they have special cameras, kind of like what they use on the Google cars that drive around, that takes images in live stream from 360 degrees up, down, everywhere. So say there's something like a protest going on, what they're saying is that in the future, you won't just watch the news stream of the protest, you'll put on your Oculus Rift and be able to look around and it's like you're actually there. This doesn't do that. That's still cool, but what this does is it overlays on actual, so like instead of having your computer desktop, you'll put on your glasses and all your shit will pop up out of your desk. So
Yeah,
it uses the reality in front of you.
Yeah, that would completely solve the whole issue with band members being able to move freely. It's also going to change the way news anchoring is done, particularly, I would say, in sports and things like war coverage.
Definitely, because eventually we'll be able to put this technology inside of a fucking football player's helmet, and you'll be able to watch it that way, which is insanely cool. The way that Michio Kaku put it, like 10 years ago, he did this documentary about technologies of the future, and he hit it spot on. And he was saying, you take a vacation to Egypt, right, and you go to see the pyramids. You can go to the pyramids, but then you can put your hologram glasses on, and all of a sudden, you're in ancient Egypt. The pyramids look brand new. There's slaves building another one. Like, there's Pharaoh walking around. And you'll actually be able to, like, augment over the actual reality something added. And D-Lake looks like he's having some tech issues, and he just dropped out. So let me show you, because for me, I'm not a big video game person, but that's where I see this getting the most momentum, because that's where the money is. People will spend a lot of money to play.
I like video games. I really do. Regular listeners know I never get sick. I had the full-blown flu, as you can probably hear. Not much you can do with vitamins. You just have to. Sometimes you get it.
You just gotta get through it.
Yeah, and I'll probably be over it much quicker than my non-vitamin friends. So, but I'm digressing here horribly. What I was going to say before I got sidetracked with the flu. No, I don't even remember what I was saying before I got sidetracked with the flu. There you go. Kyle, it's all you.
I want to show you, Sam, like, when they say, like, because video games, I think that the way that this technology is going to change them...
No, I'm sorry, I do want to go back. The reason I've had no sleep at all is because my girlfriend was going to play the Overlord for an hour. She played it for 3 hours, and then we just ended up staying up for like a day because it was too late to go to bed and still do the show. This is going to make it, that was my point, this is going to make it an absolute nightmare to pull off of a game because of what they're going to be able to do with it. There will be people that put these glasses on and then starve to death.
Absolutely, that already happens. There have been multiple cases.
It happens now, yeah.
Yeah, people die because they get so much into a video game that they don't eat. So, like, here, let me give you, here's an example. Let me pull back really quickly and show you this. Can I escape this? All right, so I am on Google Maps right now, okay? Let me pull up a screen share for you to show you, because the video games, you're not going to go into a video game and now you're in a new reality. Now you're in a totally new place, like the games are now, like Call of Duty. All of a sudden you're in, on the storming the beaches in Normandy.
Your world.
It's going to go into your world, exactly, and you can tell that Google already has this in mind. Check this out. And this seems like something very small, but when you consider how it's going to play into holo technology in the future, it's brilliant. So here's a random...
Nothing on Google ever works, so that worries me greatly. They've destroyed YouTube. Nothing works. So
I think you use computer, Sam. But look at this. That's true. D-Lake just disappeared. But all right, this is a random piece of Chicago on Google Maps, right? You can see this?
Yes.
All right, so check this out. This new feature, Pac-Man. So now I am playing Pac-Man using an actual piece of Chicago. I don't go in and just play Pac-Man. I go into Google Maps and I use the reality that already exists and I play a game over it.
Very nice.
That's a small piece. That's the sliver of how this technology is going to work. Does that make sense? And when I saw that they were working on this, and I just recently found out about that new Pac-Man thing too, it seems like a small thing, but I was like, oh, these two play together very much. Like, one is for the other. So, I don't know. Like, it seems... I don't know. What do you think about it? Like, do you have fears with this? And, like, what do you think the benefits are going to be of technology like this? And like you said, kind of getting into, like, what are the downsides? Like, people
I,
not eating and...
I'm not a huge technophobe. I worry that a lot of the people that think like we do think that every new creation is automatically going to be horrible, and I think that that's a bad idea. I look forward to seeing this. I don't, again, like any other technology, I don't think the government or anybody else should have access above what other people have. If they're allowed to do certain things with theirs that we're not allowed to do with ours, then that would be different. But otherwise, I'm not one of these